Today's activity is going to be a guided imagery. It's called A Salmon's Life in the Wild. I will be reading you a story about salmon in a stream. You're going to try to imagine that the things happening in the story are actually happening to you. You will see what the salmon sees. You will feel what the salmon feels. And you will do what the salmon does. Now try to get comfortable and close your eyes. It's dark and you feel water rushing above you. You are curled up and so tiny that you could fit inside a green pea. You feel cool, clear water, small rocks against your thin shell. Once in a while, the water rushes past you a little faster and nudges you gently back and forth in the bottom of the stream. Rest, little egg. One day, as you are trying to stretch inside your shell, your head pops through, and so does your tail. You've hatched! Welcome to the world, little Alvin. You see other shapes in the dim light. Some move, and others hold still. You understand that those that move are little salmon, just like you. Cool water slides through your gills, and your gills flap back and forth. You are breathing. Something is holding you down, though. You can hardly move. You bounce in the current as if you had a ball on your belly. You look down with your giant black eyes and see that your belly is a ball. How weird! But you don't care. You are alive and you are not hungry. You work on swishing your tail to see what you can see around you, staying snug in the small rocks where you feel safe. One day you feel that your big belly is going, gone. You have grown to become a fry. You are hungry and know it is time to leave the space between the small rocks and figure out how to find food in this stream. Nobody tells you how to do it. You just seem to know how. You wriggle this way and that and finally shoot towards the light. Suddenly the bright water is pushing you, and you turn your nose into it so that it flows past your gills, letting you breathe. Hooray! You've learned something right away. Soon you find a place between a log and the side of the stream where the water barely moves and you can rest. You like it here and you feel safe and you wonder what more adventures are ahead. As Fry, you have learned to swim out from your hiding spot, grab a tiny bug floating by, and rush back to safety. Ooh, that bug tasted good. It seems like you're always hungry, always eating, always hiding. You take time to rest too, lazing against the side of the stream where the water is slow and no one can see you. After many weeks, you notice that you have grown some more. You have become a fingerling, about the size of a person's little finger. But you've never seen a person and you don't care what a person would call you. All you know is that you're able to dart quickly, everywhere in the stream to find food. You hug the side only when the rain comes, making the water flow fast enough to wash away a little salmon who isn't careful. Many of the other salmon who hatched with you have not been so good at hiding. Once you saw a flash above the water. The long beak of a bird followed. The bird caught and ate many fingerlings. You were quick to get out of sight. The days grow shorter and winter comes to the stream. You don't find as much food, but that's okay. You're not as hungry. You mostly rest in your favorite hiding places as more and more rain falls and the stream runs fast and muddy. New water comes into the stream as the rain falls. Usually it's okay, but one time it smelled awful. You don't know what's in it, but you know it's not good, so you quickly swim upstream to get away from it. Finally, the days grow longer and you start exploring again. You eat bugs that live on rocks and wood in the stream. Those are really juicy. And more bugs show up in the air as the weather warms. Those that die over the water and those that aren't such good flyers float past. You grab as many as you can and feel them crunch in your mouth. You also nibble moss off rocks and find teeny tiny bugs that taste good too. By now you have lived in the stream almost a year. The colors on your body seem to change before your eyes. Since you popped out of the rocks, you've been dark green with large black streaks on your side. Now you see that the spots are fading and the green is turning bright silver. What a pretty smolt you have become. Now that you are a teenage salmon, something tells you, go downstream. You don't know what's there, but that's where you belong. To keep water flowing over your gills so you can breathe, you let the current carry you out of the stream backwards. Yes, backwards. To stay safe, you rest during the day and move during the night. What a way to go! The stream joins a river, and you continue down, down, until the water begins to feel different, and you feel a pounding, pounding in the distance. You reach the place where your body is changing, getting ready to leave the fresh water. You have known for the salt water that is new. You do not forget, though, the sweet smell of your home stream. You soon discover the pounding is from waves of water washing the beach with a mighty force. There you find a fine pool where fresh water and salt water mix. Ah, another rest. Since you have to leave the pool and find a magical place. Thousands of small fish are swimming around, just the right size for lunch. Strange white blobs are floating through the water. Jellyfish and crabs with skinny long legs are walking along the sandy bottom. You just know that not everything here is smaller than you are, so you hide in water grasses and even find things to eat there. Too bad most of the salmon that hatched with you didn't make it this far. You grow faster this summer than even before, and as you get bigger, you become more and more curious about the deep water away from the beach. So should you look for food there? One day you say yes. You swing your tail back and forth, back and forth. My, how strong you are, and fast you can swim. Soon you find small, shiny herring fish. Very tasty. Sometimes you catch a squid, slippery to swallow, but so good. You also find things in the water that you know not to eat. Plastic bags and old balloons that look like jellyfish, but aren't. You'll also find water that smells bad and doesn't feel right in your gills. Swim away fast. One day, a swoosh of water pushes you to the side. Whatever is making the water move like that is getting closer, closer. You turn around to see something that is black and white and bigger than anything you've ever seen. Hark! An orca whale is swimming right at you with its mouth open. And you see hundreds of white teeth in that big mouth, and you swim as hard as you can. Woo! A very close call. On another day, you feel something else big in the water. Lots of other fish are moving, but they don't look like they are swimming. Then you see the net and watch as it's being pulled out of the water. You are lucky not to be among the many fish inside. You will live to have more adventures. After years of being in the ocean, you know that one day it's time to go back. You swim and swim toward the beach where you once hid in the water grass. There you will wait until the water is high enough to leap into the river that smells like home. You feel your body changing to welcome the fresh water. You aren't hungry anymore, and you know that's okay. You feel your body filling with eggs. Other salmon are swimming with you against the fast river current. You swim past rocks and fallen trees and streams that don't smell like yours. Finally, you come to the one that smells like home. So does another salmon, and you both turn in together. You remember the big rocks. And look, there are some of your old hiding places. You keep swimming until the water is so shallow that your back sticks out of the water. Then you notice that your sides have red on them, and that the salmon who came in with you has even more red. You also see how beaten up you are from your journey home and how you feel very tired. You sniff the sides of the stream, searching for a spot where fresh, cold water come in. You find it, and just the right small rocks. You begin to beat the water with your tail to make a nest. The other salmon swims around, waiting for you to finish. Then you both do a slow dance over this bowl in the small rocks. Finally, you are ready to spawn. Out of you comes hundreds of bright orange eggs. At the same time, a white cloud of sperm comes out of your mate. You beat the water again to cover the eggs. Now the fresh, cold water will bubble through them as your babies hatch and continue the life cycle. The last thing you do is find a place of quiet water near your eggs. Then you breathe your last, knowing that your body will feed the stream, so your children will be able to grow and have adventures and as wonderful as yours. Try to remember the things you saw during your salmon life, the places you went, the smells you smelled, the ways you felt. When you have thought about all those things, you may open your eyes. No rush.